In under 3 years, two engineers took a startup valued at $110 million and scaled it to $1.5 billion. They reached this 13,200 crore valuation without a foreign parent company and without borrowing a foundational architecture. The lineage is entirely local. This structure is driven by a singular objective: developing AI completely from scratch, governed and deployed entirely within a country's own borders. Sovereign AI. This growth is the result of executing a massive independent infrastructure project, rather than building another application layer on top of Silicon Valley's compute. The current baseline of artificial intelligence relies on frontier models like GPT and Gemini, which are engineered and trained almost exclusively on English data. As we can see on this street sign, India operates with dense linguistic complexity. Over 1 billion people speak across 22 official languages and hundreds of dialects, leaving a demographic void that English-optimized models simply cannot serve. Vivek Raghavan and Pratush Kumar had already spent years researching this exact language data deficit at II for Bharat before co-founding their own initiative. They concluded that India could not rely on foreign AI, adapted as an afterthought. The nation needed to own the entire stack, from the training data to the final deployment. Moving from researchers to founders allowed them to build a digital infrastructure. The global tech giants had zero incentive to prioritize. The execution phase materialized in February 2026. They launched Sarvam 105B, a 105 billion parameter indigenous foundation model, built specifically to process complex reasoning across more than 10 native Indian languages. This raw compute translated directly into the application layer through Indus, a voice-first consumer app designed for local language interaction. The stack expanded to hardware and enterprise utilities. They developed Sarvam-Kazi smart glasses and deployed voice commerce APIs for financial platforms like Razorpay. By mid-2026, this infrastructure was processing more than 2 million interactions every single day, controlling the architecture from the model up to the consumer API, turned a conceptual research project into a functioning national utility. In June 2026, market forces in Bengaluru validated the technical architecture. The company secured $234 million in a Series B round, achieving a post-money valuation of $1.5 billion. Capital came from strategic investors, including HCL Tech, Bessemer Venture Partners, and Amazon. NVIDIA's participation provided priority access to high-end GPU clusters, eliminating the single biggest bottleneck in training frontier-scale models. Weeks later, HCL Tech committed 3,500 crore rupees to construct full-stack AI data centers on Indian soil. As this server facility shows, the physical footprint to house this infrastructure is massive. This influx of capital secured the heavy sovereign hardware required to train models, without relying on foreign compute resources. This early commitment to sovereign architecture translated directly into the founders' financial reality. As this breakdown shows, the founders collectively retain a 41.9% stake. Out of a 13,200 crore total valuation, their combined equity is an estimated 5,510 crore rupees. This capital is earmarked for the next technical phase, deploying resources into agentic AI, coding intelligence and cybersecurity. Sarvam is pivoting from regional language solutions to competing directly against the largest global labs in frontier-scale capabilities. Nations globally are confronting the geopolitical risks of relying entirely on foreign compute and borrowed models. Sarvam I proves that countries seeking technological independence have a viable, actionable alternative. They do not have to just wait for Silicon Valley. Digital independence requires engineers on the ground, building the sovereign stack themselves.